Pendle here at Average Youth Slow-Pitch. Today we're bringing you two bats that I've been waiting for quite some time now. I talked to Mike Cornell at Dean Marini about a year ago and kind of was waiting on when these were going to drop. But we've got for you the first APC Tech Vanilla Gorilla, and then Jeremy Yates' Twisted Mistress, also APC Tech. The Vanilla Gorilla is going to be a 12.5-inch barrel, full ounce end load, and then Yates' Twisted Mistress is going to be a 13-inch barrel with a half-ounce end load. For these, if you've swung the standard issue, you swung kind of Lady Cartels, you know how those APC barrels can perform. They get hot very, very fast. They still hold compression, and they just have kind of an overall different feel from the continuous fiber Dean Marini's. With how hot the previous line 2025s have been with the continuous fiber, I can only imagine how good these APCs are going to be. So we're going to head out to Apodaca. We're going to go ahead, try to beat the wind out here in New Mexico, get the live swings, the velo, and then we'll come back here and give you our final thoughts along with that final compression. All right, and just real quick to touch on the specs of these bats. So again, with the Vanilla Gorilla Jason Magnum's exclusive, this is now a 12.5-inch barrel. Again, APC composite. These are very stiff handles. However, they're not the same alloy handles you're probably accustomed to from the 25 or even some of the later models last year. These are now a composite stiffer handle. And so the expectation there is that those will help these kind of the softer APC barrels versus those continuous fiber barrels perform a little bit better. They've got the standard knob that's kind of always been on the Dean Marini's, and then Jason Magnum's bats, as always, is a 1-ounce end load. As far as Jeremy Yates' Twisted Mistress, 13-inch barrel. That one's going to be a half-ounce end load. Again, it's got that standard knob that all the Dean Marini's come with, and even though, yes, it looks silver like an alloy handle, it's still going to be that very stiff composite handle there as well. So we're going to go ahead, get our swings on it, come back and talk about them in the final thoughts. All right, let's go ahead and test the all-new Twisted Mistress. This is Jeremy Yates' signature bat. This is going to be the APC Tech that you saw on the Lady Cartels or on the standard issue last year. 13-inch barrel, end loaded. Dialed up to 0. And just over 275, which makes sense for the APC Techs, kind of like what we'd like to see there. And then Jason Magnum's all new Vanilla Gorilla APC. You saw the earlier models this year were very, very good. Needed really no swings at all, so I'm real excited to see how these APCs perform for these ones. This is a 12.5-inch barrel, and we're looking at probably 280 to 290. So both these starting nice and high. Let's throw swings on them, see where that compression comes down to. If they're anything like the previous models from 2024, these things are gonna get hot real fast. Now we've got APC composites, so let's see how it rolls. That's about right. So while the whole barrel so far feels pretty forgiving, Yates' name is definitely the sweet spot. That one came off great right there. Yeah, it's super easy to control too. I mean, end load's not super pronounced on it. Great pop. These APC barrels are just different. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily better than the previous models. Just the APCs are different. They get hot really, really fast, and they've just got a different sound. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to break your bats in really, or you don't want to put as many swings as the previous models needed, this is going to be a great choice. I mean, pretty forgiving off the end. Definitely didn't hurt the hands. You can hear the sound change. Obviously not the same performance, but still came off pretty good. Power's a little bit lower. You definitely feel it on the hands with the stiffer handle, but I mean, not too bad. Again, it's about 60 degrees out, so not too cold either. All right, and J-Mag's all gold Vanilla Gorilla. So 12.5-inch barrel, As is with all the vanilla gorillas, still a 1 ounce end load, but now we're with the APC barrel. First one in the vanilla gorilla line, so let's see how this thing performs. It's a good first swing. This barrel's so hot. They might have found a way to make the vanilla gorilla better, to be honest. Yeah, so for a 1 ounce end load, you definitely don't feel, it's not overly pronounced. You can tell it's heavier on the end than the Yates, but this one you really just gotta kind of throw your hands at it. A couple of these miss trying to cut the ball, get a little bit under it, and the ball actually sails out. So it's webbed up pretty good. Again, APCs get hot really, really fast. Yep, there it is. I mean, crazy good barrel. We're gonna swap over, get your velo on the Yates and the vanilla gorilla and kind of go from there.
105 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour. 109 miles per hour.
Oh boy!
99 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour.
Okay, those ones
107 miles per hour.
sizzling.
100 miles per hour.
All right, well, there's the Yates for us. 109 a few times, 107. Again, crazy hot early on. We're still right at 100 swings, so let's see how the vanilla gorilla performs with this on velo.
105 miles per hour. 107 miles per hour.
Woohoo! What was that? 107.
99 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour. 106 miles per hour.
If you can hit
104 miles per hour.
Yeah, this will get it done. I think 107 on this one. I feel like, I mean, between the Mistress and the Gorilla, they both feel great. Super forgiving on misses. You can't go wrong with either one. All right, let's test our final compression here on the Jeremy Yates and Vanilla Gorilla. Each have about 100 swings on them at this point. Let's sit at 0. And we're still sitting right on 250, maybe just shy, just below. But with how the APC composite works, you definitely don't need a lot of swings on this. It's pretty much game ready. Now for the Vanilla Gorilla. That's sit on 0. And that one's still testing 260, 265, so tons of wiggle room there. They both performed great. We'll talk about it more in the final thoughts. All right, and we're field swings, velo, compression complete here with the Twisted Mistress, Jeremy Yates's APC barrel, and then Jason Magnum's Vanilla Gorilla. Again, both these are APC composite, 13-inch barrel on the Yates, 12.5 on the Gorilla, full ounce end load on the Gorilla, 0.5 end load on the Yates. And all in all, these couldn't have performed any better. They were exactly what I'd hoped for. You still got the real stiff handles that DeMarini's kind of come out with these last year or two. And then with that APC tech, these bats are hot from swing number one. I mean, from the first probably 1 to 20, until we got to about 20 swings, the sweet spots were a little small, but when you caught them, the ball absolutely flew. And then at about 20, 25 swings, we got some good webbing here on the Vanilla Gorilla. Not seeing too much on the Yates, but there is some in there. But the bat absolutely opened up and it was basically impossible to miss. There were a few, honestly, swing felt a little off at times today trying to cut the ball, but I'd get under it and that ball would absolutely sail out of the park there at the baseball field. So you're getting an insane performance out of these. Again, out of a 13 and a 12.5 inch barrel, which the 12.5 for me is like the ideal length. I really do like 12 inch barrel bats, but for some reason when you get those 12.5s, like with this Vanilla Gorilla, the Monsters, like the Kinetic, things like that, it seems like the performance is outstanding. And on these, if you're somebody who doesn't want to put quite as many swings on a bat to open it up, these APCs are going to be the way to go for you. Obviously, the 2025s with the continuous fiber that we reviewed, I think 2 months ago, they are opening up quicker, but this one felt every bit as hot as those ones when you get about that 100, 125 mark, and I can only imagine how much hotter it's going to get. The Gorilla, even with how it was performing, is still sitting right at 260, 265. Yates's, I think, was right at 250, so you still have wiggle room on both of them. I want to see what happens when we get this down to like 250, 245. Then I'll throw it in my bag. It'll sit there in game. For Yates's, it's already going to go straight in the bag. It's going to sit there ready to game it as well. Forgiveness on both of them, super forgiving. You could tell on your hands when you missed the sweet spot, but it wasn't a sting. It was just more of a change in kind of the way it felt. And so I kind of like, I like that, getting the different sound, the different feel, so I know that I didn't catch it quite right. So when the ball doesn't go either as far or as hard as I expected it to, I know why. And then as you saw with kind of the velos there as well, we got to 109 with the Yates and I believe 107 with the Vanilla Gorilla, which makes sense based on the fact this is a little bit lower compression wise. And honestly, at that point, that speed difference is going to make a significant difference as it is. So keep your eyes peeled. These are coming out mid to late April. They'll be available on both dmarini.com as well as headbangersports.com. If you want to pick these up with a discount, head over to Headbangers, use code ADS at checkout, or simply reach out to us. Go down into the description of the video. We've got our link tree. That'll take you to all the different sites with codes, links for discounts, things like that, or to averageslowpitch.com. Contact us page. Get a hold of us and we'll take care of the ordering for you. Get the best pricing, fastest shipping possible. With that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, keep your eyes peeled for these. I think these are going to be a hot commodity. I'm not sure how many they're releasing. I believe they might be somewhat limited, so don't miss out on them. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day.